Hi guys, and welcome to the Lucky Stove. I'm Danielle, and today we are going to make butter pecan ice cream. Yay! Hi guys, welcome to the Lucky Stove.
Okay,
Hi guys, I'm Danielle.
so I'm Ren. I'm the papa.
Hi guys, and welcome
The stove.
Hey guys, and welcome back to welcome to the Lucky Stove.
Just stop.
Come on, dance.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Otherwise, the government will listen to your every move and watch your every sentence.
This is something I really enjoy, and actually I wouldn't have known how to make it except that I saw Mega from Keto Connect make it one day. I will link the video either in the description or above my head somewhere, but you will see the link, okay? Sorry about last week, folks, but in any case, we're gonna make butter pecan ice cream. And you know what? It's the weekend, and I was thinking to myself, man, everybody else is having ice cream in the house, and we got Ben & Jerry's, and I thought to myself, yeah, I can get one of those low-carb ice creams from the store, which is what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. And I was just sitting there being bumped by all the rude people walking around me with their masks on, very close to me. Sorry, was that a rant? I don't know. I don't know. Yes, it was. But in any case, I was reading the carb count on the ice cream, and it just happened to be that I said I can make it myself, and I'll know what's in it. So not only will it be keto, or rather, not only will it be low carb, but it will actually be keto, which is nice. So I will get to this, and I'll be right back with all the ingredients. So guys, I have erythritol and I have xylitol. Oh my gosh, xylitol! The GI is out of this world. Look, xylitol is one of the only sweeteners that keep things liquidy. Did you know that? A good keto ice cream will have xylitol in it. There are differences in xylitol. One is more corn-based, which is the one that like affects your belly and gives you all. And then there's the other one, and I haven't found the other one, so this is gonna be like a maltitol experience, but it's okay. I have a little bit. I have the ratio here because I wrote it down. 57 grams of xylitol to 205 grams of erythritol. My good, really. So that's erythritol and stevia mix. You know how I love that? My good erythritol stevia mix. All day. No fresh after fills, none of that. So all of that, that's just the mix. That's the sweetener. That's not to say that I'm going to use all of that. That just means that's the mixture ratio. Afterwards, you sweeten your ice cream I'm going to sweeten my ice cream to the sweetness level that I want. And then I'm going to go a pinch over, because you know how I do. If I bake and it's just right, then I give it a little bit more, because guess what? The sweetness disappears. For some reason, I don't know why. You can ask any of my family members. The sweetness disappears, and I don't. Okay, fine. I know we don't want to be addicted to sweetness, but if we made something that's supposed to be sweet, we don't want to be disappointed. That's what I'm saying. So now to the table. Okay, guys. So we have a few ingredients. It's not much at all, and it's natural, which is nice. It's just nice. Okay, so we have heavy whipping cream. This is 500 milliliters. We can call this a slagroom. Remember that? Slagroom. Check that. If I remember, I'll put a link above so you can check that one out. I featured Thomas DeLauer in that. He's a gem. He's not in it though. He should be. Vanilla extract. Pecans, 80 grams of chopped pecans. I bought them and I chopped them myself. These are natural, unsalted, unroasted, so that way I can avoid any sunflower oils or seed oils or whatever. So there's that. You could probably buy them in the store already chopped, but I never find them that way. You could probably, and if you find them in the baking aisle, I'm pretty sure you don't get much for what you're looking for. I remember when we used to do pecan pie. Now I'm going on a rant or a ramble or whatever, but you could find it at Costco, but you couldn't really find it everywhere else. And then the last thing, sorry, my erythritol xylitol mix. So I have here in this bowl, I have 55 grams of this mix in this bowl. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna use all this because I'm gonna use it to taste, but I'm just saying this is how much this is what I have out because we don't need the whole bowl of mix. So all that being said, I have a jar, my handy dandy jar for shaking. Shake, shake, shake. And I have some butter. What I missed is the pink salt, and I'm gonna grab that. I'll throw it in there. I mean, you guys already know what my pink salt looks like, so it's always in the jar. All right, so now I'm over here at the stove. So Lydia, my producer, my helper, my road dog, is gonna pour half of the jar. She's gonna pour the jar halfway full of the heavy whipping cream. The whole point is you want the jar halfway full. It has nothing to do with the amount. It has to do with the space that you need in the jar. So just halfway full so that way when you shake it and it volumizes, it'll be good to go. And that's it. So now we're going to make it over to the stove. All right. So speaking of butter, tasting of butter, it's my butter. 50 grams. 50 grams of butter into a cold pan. And then turn it on. Medium to low. Medium low. Or whatever your range is. Would that be like a 6 or something? 5? And just let it melt. The whole deal is that you're going to brown the butter. What a clap. You're going to brown the butter. And you're going to wait till it gets this beautiful brown flecks in there. See, I'm using 50 grams for 80 grams of pecans. Keep that in mind, okay? You may be wondering, man, that's a lot of butter. Oh my gosh. First of all, I want my ice cream to be fatty because I want keto ice cream and not low carb ice cream. And secondarily, I need it for my pecans. So, we're gonna let this melt, and I'll come back to you when the flakes are a little bit brown, so that way you can see what browned butter looks like. It's just so exciting, guys. Now I'm gonna add Olivia is again going to help me. She's gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract for me, or a capful, or however much. She knows how I like it. Alright guys, so the butter is already browning. If you can see past the foam, or the schaum, if you can see past the foam, you can see the brown flecks of the butter. That's the whey burning up on the inside. Cool, huh? So you learn something new every day. Little Miss Muffet wasn't just sitting on a tuffet eating her curds and whey. Now, what we're going to do... yeah, she's getting ready to fight off the spider. I was thinking about the wolf, and then I thought of Little Miss Riding Hood. Anyway, okay, we'll cut that out. Cut that out. Okay, so now we are going to add our pecans. It smells so good, guys. Browned butter smells delicious. If you didn't know, brown butter smells so good. And if you guys want a simple way of making syrup without going through a lot of processes or whatever, see, this is already done, but I'm just tossing it because I'm going to throw some sweetener in there. What you can do is just brown butter and then add some powdered sweetener to it. Your choice of powdered sweetener. I would avoid maltitol. Avoid maltitol for a multiple amount of reasons. Just because it has OL at the end doesn't mean it's a good sugar alcohol. Because sometimes your stomach gets upset with your choices that you make. Just to let you know. That's a public service announcement. Now, I'm going to add the sweetener. Be right back. This is all stirred. I'm going to turn off the fire before... Actually, no, I'm not. I have it on super low so I can start adding the sweetener. Okay? So I'm going to do a tablespoon at a time. Remember, this is the erythritol xylitol mix. The reason why is to help keep the ice cream scoopable. But I don't want a buttload of xylitol in my ice cream. And the reason why is because I'm going to unload a buttload if I do. That's probably TMI, but you guys will find out for yourselves if you try to use xylitol. So I'm going to do it like this to be as even as possible. This looks like a tablespoon. I mean, it is a tablespoon, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, because usually we do heaping tablespoons, right? Like, oh, a tablespoon, it's like heaping. It's like way more than 15 grams of something. So that was the second. Here's the third. Let's go with that. I'm going to use the spatula to mix it. If your sweetener is powdered, you don't have to have it powdered, but if your sweetener is not powdered, you can either powder it yourself with a coffee grinder, or you can buy it powdered. But the whole point is, if it's granulated, it's going to take a whole lot longer for it to meld into your whatever you're making. And furthermore, xylitol takes a whole lot longer to melt down than erythritol. Erythritol will melt down at over, like, I think 100 degrees Celsius. Sorry, not Celsius, Fahrenheit. Whereas xylitol takes a lot longer. So if you have it powdered, then you're saving yourself the trouble and the drama. So I'm going to give this a little taste. And of course, when you put hot caramel in your mouth, what happens? You burn yourself. So I'm a little afraid, really. I put 3 tablespoons. I'm not gonna taste it. I don't want to hurt myself. I got nods of approval over here. I'm not gonna hurt myself. I'll just add 1 more tablespoon for good luck, because that's how I do it. And then I will call it a day. So 1 more tablespoon. If it's too sweet, well, then I can always add a spice to it. You know what I'm saying? I can add cinnamon. Because cinnamon is a spice. Cinnamon is a kice. So I'm going to call that good. Turn it off. It was already on low. I believe the sweeteners have already melted down. At least I would like to hope so. The salt. Why didn't you remind me? Okay. So we need a pinch of salt, like an eighth of a teaspoon. Like a pinch. But I mean, if we want to be for real, what makes sweetness so much better than adding some salt? You need some salt in your life. That's the moral of the story. If you want to stay sweet, you need a little bit of salt in your life. That may be trouble, drama, people, but whatever it is, if you want to stay sweet, you need salt in your life. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool down, and once it's cooled down some, then we'll add it to the slagroom mixture with the vanilla extract, and then we'll give it a shake, shake, shake. It's rude.
I'm sorry.
No, Lydia said that she's gonna make sure that she puts a warning on the screen, which we will, not to taste things that are super duper hot, because obviously you will burn yourself. But I need to taste the sweetness level. I can wait, but I need to taste it now, so that way I can make sure I melt the sweeteners down. So I'm gonna give it a good cool. Don't forget, only idiots do. Don't lick the spoon. The spoon is hot. It's a conduit of heat. It's metal. It doesn't taste sweet enough to me, honestly. Honestly. It tastes like a really nice butter, but it doesn't taste sweet. So I'm glad I tasted it. I'm going to add the rest of this, which, like I said, was 53 grams that I put into this bowl. So 53 grams of sweetener into the bowl. It's snowing. And I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm going to call it good. I don't know if I want to do too much more than that. The erythritol has its place. The good has its place. And the xylitol has its place. And they don't need to have any more... Well, the xylitol doesn't need to have any more power than it already has. So, don't forget, y'all. Xylitol is a mean one on your gut lining if you're not careful. Plus, if you're following the diabetic guidelines as far as the the GI guidelines, whatever, the diabetic guidelines, where they give numbers to everything, and they say, well, this is a this on this. It's like you're on Weight Watchers or something, but you're not. You're just diabetic. Then xylitol shows up a little high on that scale. Like erythritol is like 0. Stevia is like -0. But xylitol is high on the scale. So just to let you know. So I did make this ice cream, and I'm really excited about it. I did make it in a jar, and then I said, you know what, this jar thing is not really working. So I got a bowl instead, and I made more ice cream, and I poured it in the bowl, and I whipped it with my electric mixer, because if you're gonna put it in a bowl, it's kind of hard to shake it. And the nuts I did pour in as well, but I put that in two different ice creams and containers actually. So I have this one, which has a little bit of cacao powder, which is 10 grams of cacao powder, and then 79 grams of raspberry, and 250 grams of heavy whipping cream with it's 30 grams or to taste of my erythritol xylitol. So now it's time for a taste test. So like I said, I did the one in the jar, and it was kind of chalky. It didn't really work out. It worked out, honestly. We ate it. We ate it, but we felt like we could do better. So now here's this ice cream with the raspberries in it. The nuts were the roasted, the butter pecans were in the other. And I did make some more, but I didn't add it to this one because I wanted 2 different types of ice cream. So, here we go. There we go. Let's see. It's good. You do have to let it sit out. I made this, and then I put it in the freezer. At 1 hour, you should probably stir it. That's what I did. Take it out of the freezer and stir it, and then put it back in. But it's nice and creamy, and actually it's really delicious. It's not too heavy with the chocolate, which I find to be perfect because of the raspberries. So that was the recipe. You waited long enough for it. And here it is. Thank you so much for joining us at the Lucky Stove. May your stove bring you luck or a coupon. And thank you so much for subscribing and hitting the bell and sharing. We love you guys. We really appreciate all of the love that you're sending our way in the comments. We love those too. And we really hope that we can be a benefit to you all, because that's what it's all about. That's why we got started. For you, to encourage you to go forward, push towards your mark. Also, may your stove bring you luck or a coupon. And with the ice cream that you have here, you most likely won't need one. Thanks again for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye. Hi guys, and welcome to the Lucky Stove. I'm
Hi.
Danielle.
I'm Ren.
I'm Lydia.
And guess what? We're all here together today. Awesome.
Yep, it's a collaboration.
It's a collaboration. So the Lucky Stove English is working with the Lucky Stove
Dutch, de Nederlandse Lucky Stove, werkt met de...
and we too are working with our camera and editor,
Number 3.
number 3, the TLS team, as you guys already knew. If you didn't know, now you know. Meet us.
So if you don't know, now you know.
Meet the team. So we are going to do a collaboration. If you don't, we'll edit this part out. And back. So what we're going to do is you'll catch this on the Wednesday time slot. That is on...
De Nederlandse Lucky Stove. Ik moest er even over nadenken. That's on the Dutch Lucky Stove. Confusing, but it's a collaboration. It's a confusing collaboration. Okay, guys, don't forget to comment down below. Guys?